This calla lily looks like it is dying. It is not. Its leaves are turning pale from the edges inward, week after week. Most people assume old age, a fungus, or simple neglect. The real cause is invisible, and it is sitting underground. Your soil has trapped the exact nutrient this plant needs most. This is not death. This is starvation with a fixable cause. In the next few minutes, you will unlock that trapped nutrient. Most growers see yellow leaves and reach straight for more water. That instinct feels right, but it quietly makes the problem worse. Extra watering with alkaline tap water can slowly raise soil pH. A higher Phos locks iron into a form roots cannot absorb. This specific condition has a real name, iron chlorosis by Lockout. It is not caused by neglect, it is caused by chemistry. Alkaline soil, hard tap water, and dense potting mix all trigger it. The iron is still there. The plant simply cannot reach it. Picture a locked safe sitting inside your own soil right now. The nutrients are inside, but the door will not open. Professional growers do not just add more iron and hope. They use one specific tool, built to force that door open. Plain iron reacts with high soil pH and quickly turns into rust. Rust is useless to a plant. Roots cannot absorb solid rust. That reaction is the entire cause of chlorosis in most cases. Before you treat for lockout, rule out a different, more serious problem. Gently slide the plant out of its pot and check the roots. Healthy roots feel firm and look white or light tan in color. Root rot looks dark brown or black and feels soft or slimy. If the roots are rotted, iron treatment will not fix this plant. Damaged roots cannot absorb any nutrient, no matter how available it is. In that case, trim the damaged roots and correct drainage first. That specific repair is a separate process covered in another video. If the roots look firm and pale, proceed to the correction steps below. One more hidden trigger deserves direct attention: phosphorus overload. Many popular bloom booster fertilizers contain very high levels of phosphorus. Excess phosphorus directly interferes with how roots absorb iron and zinc. Gardeners chasing bigger blooms often make chlorosis worse without realizing it. If you recently used a heavy bloom fertilizer, pause that routine now. Switch to a balanced fertilizer with a lower phosphorus number instead. This single change can prevent the lockout from returning after treatment. Chelated iron is built differently, using a molecule shaped like a claw. That claw structure physically wraps around the iron atom. Wrapped iron cannot react with the soil and turn to rust. It stays available, all the way down to the root hair. Always mix chelated iron at the exact rate printed on the label. Products vary in strength, so the label is the only safe guide. Molasses is not a chemical fix, and it never claims to be one. It is a carbon source that feeds microbes living in the rhizosphere. Those microbes break down organic matter and slowly release more nutrients. Use 1 tablespoon of unsulfured blackstrap molasses per gallon of water. More than that can feed pathogens instead of helping the plant. Think of chelated iron as the direct fix, working within days. Think of molasses as the long-term support, working over several weeks. Molasses supports soil microbes over time, but it does not replace chelated iron. More iron is not better. This is where most people go wrong. Applying iron above the label rate does not speed up recovery. Instead, it pushes the plant into iron toxicity, a separate new problem. Iron toxicity shows up as dark, bronze-colored spots on new leaves. It can also block the plant from absorbing manganese and other nutrients. Follow the label rate exactly and never repeat treatment early out of impatience. 1 correct application, given time to work, outperforms 3 rushed ones. First, mist the solution lightly across the foliage for fast uptake. Second, pour the remaining solution slowly into the root zone. Third, add a thin layer of dry organic matter on top of the soil. That layer helps hold moisture steady around the rhizosphere below. Avoid applying any solution to foliage during strong direct sunlight. Heat and moisture together can scorch already stressed leaf tissue. Do not expect existing yellow leaves to turn back to green. Damaged chlorophyll in old tissue rarely fully repairs itself. Within the next few days, watch for one specific sign instead. The yellowing should stop spreading to new sections of each leaf. That stall is your first real signal the lockout is breaking. There is one more signal you can check before new growth appears. Gently press a petiole, the stem that connects a leaf to the plant. A stressed, iron-starved plant often has soft, slightly limp petioles. As absorption improves, those same petioles firm up and regain rigidity. This property is called turgor, and it shifts before leaf color does. Firm turgor is an early, physical sign that recovery is underway. The true victory sign still appears over the following 1 to 2 weeks. Watch the newest growth emerging from the center of the plant. If new leaves come in fuller and greener than the old ones, it worked. That new growth means the root zone is finally absorbing iron again. This is the only honest proof that matters here. Anyone promising instant green leaves overnight is not telling you the truth. This lockout is not unique to Calla lilies at all. Any plant growing in alkaline soil can hit the same wall. A rose with pale new leaves may be fighting this exact trap. A pothos with washed-out foliage may be locked out too. The same chelated iron and microbial approach applies across your garden, but the soil trap is not the only hidden threat waiting. Once new growth returns, a second, faster, moving problem often follows it. Soft new leaves are the first target for a very specific pest. That is the exact trap waiting in the next video.